Welcome back. This is going to be a review of the some of the EMF detectors that we use. The one on the right is the model we've been using for a while. That's the EMF zone, which is a pretty good economical EMF detector. Very simple to use with 3 lights. You have your safe, caution, and danger light. As we went over in the other, basically gives you what your milligauss are. In the safe, you're from 0 to 2.5. Caution gives you 2.5 to 7. And of course, the danger light is 8 milligauss or higher. Now the unit on the left is the K2, which is very clearly labeled as to what the range for readings are. Green light is anything below. One second, while I adjust my macro here. Anything below 1.5 is the green light. 1.5 to 2.5 is the darker green. And then you have your yellow light at 2.5 to 10. And from 10 and above is your darker amber light, and your red light is above 20. And both these meters do have some benefits and disadvantages. Again, the meter on the right, you can pick it up for about $12 or so, including shipping of a couple of bucks. I've got about 3 or 4 of these. Now, the K2 is a little more expensive. You probably pick them up from anywhere between $39 and up. More expensive if you get the on-off switch, which is kind of convenient. I just use a guitar pick, but you could use a coin, a nickel, or a copper penny, or something like that. Sensitivity. Okay, hands down, K2 is sensitive as a toothache. The EMF zone is, again, not bad. Is not bad either. It's pretty immune to a lot of the flaws that the K2 has in oversensitivity. For example, cellular telephones. We have here is a GSM phone, typical of most of the phones you have now. As you watch, the meter on the left is at background reading of less than 1.5 milligauss. If I go to connect, as you can see, I get a strong reading from the one on the left. I don't really get a reading from the EMF zone. Now when I select an update, see if we can get it. I did get the EMF zone to trigger with it before, but let's see here. Select an update, and as you can see, the EMF zone is not really going off. The K2 is. Might get just occasional caution light will come on, but that's with the meter very close by. K2 doesn't have to be the case. All I have to do is, even from further away, from a good distance of a few feet, I'm still picking it up at about 2.5 to 3 feet away from the meter, even more. As you can see, it is sensitive. It'll also pick up walkie-talkie communications, whereas again the EMF zone really will not. As you can see, as soon as I shut everything down and log out, even updates will cause the meter to spike to the max. Again, this is a GSM phone. Now, for example, if you're using CDMA phones, usually you won't have as much of a problem with interference. But just as a good rule of thumb, you should have your devices turned off unless you're expecting or checking something temporarily for the moment, or you have to, whatever you're going to do, just make a note that if you're turning on the device, watch your meter. If you get a spike, just be aware that it's probably caused by your phone. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and do a connect. Now, as you can see, the CDMA isn't really setting off the K2 because this is a different bandwidth that it operates on. See, no real signal as it's connecting, and it's already updated on the site. So some models will be a little more reliable to use, some won't. Again, it's all based on price. These are the units that we use mostly for our investigations. I personally like the K2. It's a little smaller. It's a little skinnier. It fits in your pants pocket a little easier. Yeah, kind of a pain to have something to put in the switch, but you can get around that. You can use a piece of cardboard, whatever it is, as long as you get it inside the groove. And of course, the ELF one has a little on-off switch. Hands down for groups that are just starting out, or investigators who are researchers who are just beginning. These are two good choices to have. On the next one, we'll go over a few more details on how to do sweeps and some more applications for these detectors.